We are live from NAPE Expo in Houston 2025 with Farhod Hamidov from BICO Drilling Tools. Man, how are you doing?
Very good, guys. Very happy to be here, and it's a great event. I come here annually, and it's a great show to learn about what operators are doing. What um, exploration opportunities coming in, and see what operators are exhibiting and what kind of projects may be coming on board.
Absolutely. I mean, man, it's so good to see you here. I mean, personally, I think I see you everywhere. Every corner I turn, you are there talking with somebody. So just the fact that you've given us the time of day to speak a little bit and keep you in one place, we really appreciate that.
Likewise.
Farhod, you're a legend in this industry. Everyone, like Bella said, everyone knows who you are, and you've built up a bit of a name for yourself. So could you give us a little bit of background of your history working in the oil and gas industry and where you are today?
Sure thing. My oilfield career basically started at 16. It didn't start in drilling, but more of a downstream project overseas in Central Asia. I started with a company called ABB, Asia Brown Boveri, and it was a refinery plant for polyethylene and ethylene, basically plants, the chemical complex. So that's how I started in the oil field, and then I moved to the U.S., did my studies here, finished my MBA, and had to move to Houston and pick my career back up in the oil field. A friend of mine from Baker Hughes called me up, and it was 2008, and he said, I during the college time I worked for Fidelity Investments, so I was on the investment side as well. But when I made that call in 2008, he said oil field's still kicking. That's when I made it to Houston.
And what is it you love the most about oil and gas? What do you love about the industry?
Well, I mean, since the beginning of my career, I could see all the expats where I was growing up. Just the international vibe.
Yeah.
The whole industry, how grand the industry is. I mean, being 16 and showing up to a huge refinery plant with all the lights at night, it definitely inspired me to see what a grand industry it is.
And today, obviously, you're head of international sales at BICO Drilling Tools. How has that journey been, and how long have you been with BICO? And could you give us a little bit of background of who BICO is?
Sure thing. I've been with BICO Drilling Tools about 14 years.
Wow.
BICO is a leader in downhole tools technology. We manufacture various downhole tools, primarily motors, jars, extended reach tools, circulating subs and whatnot for the drilling industry, and have been leading the and setting the benchmarks in the drilling industry with our technology and setting records in ROP game and basically drilling wells. BICO Drilling Tools historically been a technology company and basically leading the pack with its various product lines. More specifically, BICO even wall technology, the power sections that definitely substantially create the difference in drilling performance and beat the records in ROP game and reliability.
And a 14-year career at BICO, that's a huge achievement. What is it you love the most about the culture working at BICO?
BICO Drilling Tools historically has been since the beginning it's been a great workplace.
Yeah.
From the start it was BICO Drilling Tools is a child company of a larger holding company called Scholler and Blackman.
Yeah.
And while the company is publicly traded on a Austrian stock exchange and it's a public company, while being a large company, you still have that family feel in it. So I think one of the advantages working in such a great environment has kept me with the company and and I've been loyal to the company, and
Yeah.
definitely makes a difference to be in such a good place.
Of course, you've just been through 14 years worth of growth and performance, not just with the company, but also with yourself.
Yes, BICO Drilling Tools and overall gave me it was a great opportunity, great experience, and overall has had a good impact on my career, and I'm very appreciative.
And early in that career, Farhad, you led the marketing efforts at BICO. Just generally as an industry, how well do you think companies in the oil and gas industry market their products and services, and where do you think there's opportunity for companies to step in and get better with their marketing?
Well, yes, in the beginning of my career with BICO Drilling Tools, I led some global marketing efforts, and uh, marketing is a great aspect of great tool to basically advertise and put your products forward in front of your clients and customers, and you know. The marketing itself has been transforming, and was pretty transformative within the industry. Having said that, in the oilfield industry, networking
Yeah.
and the relationships matter a lot.
Mhm.
Therefore, um, you know, in order to market your products,
Yeah.
you have to network, you have to get out there, put your products up front. We understand that LinkedIn has become one of the uh, top digital platforms. Nevertheless, I should say that the relationships and networking do matter a lot, and therefore you have to strive,
To build those
build
relationships.
these relationships. That's correct.
That's such a great point, because I think we're in a digital age where it is important to market your products and services online, but at the end of the day, people buy from people they like and trust,
That is correct.
and everyone loves Farhad and wants to buy from Farhad. So you have to tell those stories and meet and connect with people in person, and that's how you build those relationships and build such a successful career in sales, like our friend Farhad over here. So, what would your advice be to people out there looking to network and build those relationships and storytell to build those tight relationships that are going to turn into a beautiful sales funnel that's going to make your company very happy?
That's a good question. I think you have to know your product well. So I
Yeah.
think getting technical background or learning about the product is a very important thing. You have to get hands-on with it and understand the product.
Yeah.
Number one, I think you should get familiarized with the product very intimately, and then utilize this technical knowledge, spread the word through the networking, through various platforms, and basically creating relationships, long-term relationships, to where you're putting your product in front.
I have a question for you on the topic of platforms. So obviously, I see you a lot on LinkedIn. I see BICO a lot on LinkedIn. Which platforms do you feel have been the most successful, not only for the selling of your tools and the selling of just the service that BICO offers, but selling yourself as a person and creating that trust online so people know, oh, I see Farhad, I know that I can trust him when I'm buying my downhole drilling tools?
Well, certainly the storytelling and presentation means a lot. Whether it's digital platform, whether it's regular platforms. I think in the oil field, showing the solid case histories
Yeah.
and the performance speaks a lot. And obviously, getting the message to the end users, such as operators or parties involved, is very important.
Yeah.
Thus, I believe that there's various means to deliver various messages, not only through digital platforms, but you know uh, through network, through presentations, in person, person to person relationship. I think this is very important.
And talking of that, in a couple of weeks, you're going to be over in Germany for a big geothermal conference where you're going to be nurturing those relationships with some of your international partners in person. I know you're a big leader of the geothermal side over at BICO. Could you give us a brief overview of what the landscape of geothermal looks like in energy, and how does BICO step in and offer some great solutions for the geothermal market?
Sure thing. Yes, geothermal has been a buzzword in the industry, and it has been pretty transformative. We do see a lot of players that are pursuing renewable energies and minerals and whatnot. Just at NAPE, you see helium and lithium being talked about a lot, as well as geothermal aspect. We do see a lot of grand projects, not just in U.S. but globally. Uh, being being opened up, being opening up for basically, and enhanced geothermal systems here in U.S. has been definitely a success. Companies such as Farhod, which is has been leading the pack here in U.S. I think they made great strides.
I saw recently Bill Gates. They got 300, 400 million worth of investment, and there's a big shift for geothermal being pushed within the US and also internationally as well.
That is correct. I think it's very much needed. It's a good alternative energy. Uh, you know, when considering among the wind energies and solar energies, when you talking about geothermal, there are shallow geothermal and there's a deep geothermal drilling, and we can also see some of the shallow geothermal drilling. You have companies such as Bedrock Energy that utilizing coal tubing units to basically drilling for the for municipalities and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
For all the HVAC systems and whatnot. So yeah, it's being talked a lot about basically, and this is I think geothermal is definitely adding to the mix in a drilling area basically.
And it's a clean form of energy, and I think as well it utilizes a lot of the same proponents of downhole drilling. So innovations from oil and gas can be used for geothermal. Is that right?
That is correct, especially enhanced geothermal drilling. Most of the practices are coming from oil and gas, and therefore, and that specific practices, oil and gas practice has been very successful.
Yeah.
We also know that there's more and more operators are attempting to do it. I know there's a DOE project that's coming up, called Glade with Occidental Petroleum, that's coming up that we're looking forward to. So by all means, oil and I would say that oil and gas would say community supporting the geothermal drilling campaigns a lot. I would say maybe 90 to 95%. So
Okay.
we believe that's where
They really believe in geothermal.
Well, yes, people do believe in the geothermal. What I'm saying is that the know-how, the drilling practices are coming from the oil and gas and being transferred to the enhanced geothermal drilling.
And especially for BICO specifically, Evenwall is a big part of your portfolio of drilling tools, and it also plays a big part in the geothermal side of things. Could you give us a brief overview of what the Evenwall technology is for BICO and how that helps BICO stand out in a competitive drilling market?
Sure thing. Yes. So Evenwall product line has been one of the leading power sections in the industry. Some of the advantages of the Evenwall technology is that Evenwall power sections are, especially stators, equipped with the uniform rubber thickness and proprietary elastomers. That translates into the efficiency, power, as well as ability to withstand hostile environment, as well as drill in the high temperatures, which are very necessary in geothermal drilling. And of course, some of the steel grades in the motors that we utilize, is much more resistant to abrasion, because some of the geothermal drilling, you're drilling abrasive formations and hot wells and whatnot. So that is why BICO Drilling Tools and it's our motors have an advantage.
And looking ahead, Farhad, we're still just entering 2025. Lots of opportunity this year. The industry is picking up. What are some of your ambitions for the year for BICO Drilling Tools, and where do you see the rest of the year headed for BICO looking forward?
We are very optimistic with the prognosis. I just attended World Oil breakfast, where basically World Oil energy outlook for the 2025. There's ups and downs in the different geo markets, but nevertheless, given our technology, I think we should be able to continue capturing the market share and leading a successful business by BICO Drilling Tools.
That's all we could ever ask for.
That's correct.
And on the personal side of things, what are some of your personal ambitions for this year?
Where is Farhod going in 2025?
I want to know the travel itinerary. This is a man that's always on the road.
Other than everywhere, I mean, you could tell us where you'll be, but I feel like I may just end up at a conference. I'll just caw into the distance, and Farhod will pop around.
Certainly, BICO Drilling has sister companies, and as a group of Scholler Blackman companies, we have yearly commitments to certain conferences and certain events that we commit to. Therefore, we are planning to participate in a few geothermal shows, such as Geothermal in Offenburg, Germany, followed by the IADC Geothermal Conference Vienna, where we're going to be the gold sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, we look forward to it. To play more in the geothermal space, more renewable energies, as well as oil and gas globally. And personally, I look forward to growing business at BICO, and on a personal level, I need to exercise more.
Actually, I have a question in regards to the conferences. So, I mean, obviously you and I do a lot of events, we do a lot of conferences, whether it's together or separately. What do you feel is the stance on attending conferences, attending trade shows? What works best for BICO? Because I know that there are some lunch and learns that do much better for some companies, whereas there are others that thrive in environments like exhibitions, like NAPE, like OTC, so on and so forth.
Well, to me, I believe every show is targeted. Before whenever there's a show, you kind of look who is attending, and kind of target certain clients, certain people, and you kind of do your homework and work on intelligence. And if you meet new people, that's a kind of that's
It's
another.
a plus.
It's a plus. It's a value add to it. So, therefore, different events, different conferences, and lunch and learns. I mean, they have their own pluses and minuses. Nevertheless, we try to attend as many targeted events as we can get.
Well, I mean, you guys are doing a fantastic job because, again, to our earlier point, you are everywhere.
Appreciate it.
Farhad is omnipotent.
Fantastic.
Omnipresent.
Omnipresent.
Or the other word we say ubiquitous. There you go.
Ooh, how do you spell that?
I'm not going to try and spell that, but just a final closing question for you, Farhad. What would your advice be if you're in mine and Bella's shoes, young people within the industry? What would your advice be to a younger version of Farhad across the table?
Well, as I mentioned, I think getting some of the technical knowledge and continuing networking, I think, brings a lot of value. I believe if you're in a certain major, in a certain industry, you have to be passionate about it. You need to learn, and you need to network, and definitely strive for what you like to do, and try to get into that field where you're going to be successful and enjoy at the same time.
If there's anybody that knows anything about networking, it's our man Farhad.
Thanks,
this guy's
very
an
much.
expert.
I've learned a lot just watching you already. So imagine what I could learn if I picked your brain.
I appreciate it, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to OGGN for having us host this podcast. Thank you for everyone out there listening. If you enjoyed the show, please like, follow, and subscribe. Not Your Story, and thanks, Bella, for co-hosting today.
It's my pleasure. Want to do it again?
Of course, let's do it.
Perfect.
Let's rock and roll. Thanks again, Farhad.
Thank you guys. Appreciate
Cheers.
it.